Hello, Kay Halliwell-Sutton here from Indigo Blue. Thank you so much for buying our lovely book kit. So in with the kit you'll have got all of these beautiful papers that I've hand selected for you, from imaged papers like Rupert Bear and stuff like this. You've got a couple of buttons and a couple of tiny miniature safety pins and lots of other bits and pieces. You've got your Medite book cover, and we've also done you some label holders as well, and your spine. So a few things you're going to need to use. I'm using Grab and Go, which is our grab and strong hold glue. We use it for construction and it's brilliant for bookbinding as well. A scraper for your glue. You could actually just use a normal paintbrush, a normal flat, quite wide, 1 inch wide at least, paintbrush. You just wash it in cold water when you're finished. You're going to need a bone folder, a tearing ruler. I've got a pricking mat, and maybe a sort of pen that you can use on fabric. I've just got a normal pen here, and also you're going to need acrylic spacer tools as well. All right, so a few little bits and pieces. Right, so let's just pop these out to begin with, of the Medite. We use Medite because it is a type of MDF that's a lot greener, it's a lot healthier, it's better for the environment, it's Carb 2 compliant, and it's just an all-round good egg as far as MDF is concerned. So let's just pop these out. And this you just throw. You don't need that. Okay, so I've given you 2 label holders purely because you might want to use 2, you might want to use 1. It's completely up to you. Okay, so these are the covers, and here's the spine. So first of all, what I want to do is create a spine template. Okay, so this is 4 centimeters by 22 centimeters, so 22 centimeters long by 4 centimeters across, and just out a piece of scrap card. That's all you need, and you just lay them one on top of the other, and we're just going to get a pencil or a pen and just draw the holes through these. So this is the spine, and these are the holes that we are going to sew our pages to. Our collection of pages are called signatures. So we're going to have 3 signatures, and we're going to have 3 signatures, and we're going to stitch them in there to the spine. So that's our spine template. Okay, you also need to cut a piece of paper out of your pack, quite a strong piece of paper, which is going to go over the spine, and that's 4 centimeters by 21 centimeters. Okay, so let's just put that there. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just poke some holes in this. Oh yes, you also need an awl or poker tool. Okay, so I'm just going to poke some holes where I've actually put these marks. And then I'm just going to push that awl through so that it expands that hole. So you can see these awls are lovely because they start off fat and go quite thin. So it's great to actually be able to punch a big hole if you want to go all the way to the top, or just a little hole just by the tip of the poke tool. Be careful because these are extremely sharp, like a needle. There we go. Okay, so that's our template done. Alrighty, so let's just pop those to one side, and let's get our cover in. So our spine goes in the middle, like so. And we need our acrylic spacer tools. So one goes at the top like this, and it gives you the perfect space between the cover and the spine. So you just push that up against there like so, and then you put the other one at the bottom there. Okay, that's lovely. So the first thing we're going to do is, I've given you a piece of this, which is a bookbinding cloth, and this is to not the bookbinding cloth that goes on the outside of a book, but this actually holds the spine together. On one side it's like a paper, and on the other it has like a mesh to it. Okay, so I've cut it to the right width for you. It's just the length is different, and you're going to stick the paper side down onto there. So the first thing we're going to do is put some grab and go onto this edge here, like that, and we're just going to spread some of that grab and go on there. The spacer tools, I've actually left the white cover on it just so it's sometimes a bit easier for you to see, but it has got a protective coating on it, so that's why it's white. Okay, and then we're going to stick this on paper side down like that, and it will go over the edge. Okay, that's good. And again, just make sure that those spacers are in the correct place, they haven't moved or anything like that. All right, that's lovely. So I'm just going to move that spacer, but I'm going to hold it in position. And I'm going to put plenty of glue on here because I want it to be able to be a bit slippy, so that when we put this on you'll see why. Okay, so I'm going to put plenty of grab and go on. I'm going to miss out all of those holes because we don't want glue clogging up those holes. Okay, but we want plenty on here so that we have got a bit of a right. So now you can put that on there, but before we go any further you just need to gently push your bone folder into that gap, and because we've put lots of glue on here it's quite slippy, so it should actually just push a dent into there. That's it. And just to make sure, you can always get your spacer tool and just push it in like that, and just make sure that it's all nicely level like that. Lovely. Okay, so there you go. And we do that so that it's got room to actually move around. All right. So now we're going to do this edge here. So again, I'm just going to check my spacer tool is in the right place. I'm going to put some glue down there and just spread out your grab and go. Don't worry if you get grab and go all over your spacer tools, don't worry about that because it's easy to just wipe off. So I'm going to move my spacer tool and then I'm going to just gently push that down there. There we go. And then just smooth that down. Again, just making sure that I get a nice dip in there. There we go. Super. Excellent. So I'm just going to get my rag and just clean up that, and while I'm at it I'll just wipe off the grab and go off the spacer tools. There we go. Lovely. All right, so I'm just going to get, actually I've got some glue on the top there, so I'll just wipe that down. Lovely. And then we flip that over, and now we're going to stick that down on this side. I perhaps should have put it on there, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to spread out my grab and go on there, and then fold that over. Press it down in the middle, but not on the edges, because again, I want to just put a little press in there just to put that space in. Lovely. Just make sure that's all nicely done. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. So again, just in the middle, and then push that down. Lovely. Excellent. So that's good. Right, so I'm going to bring my mat in now, and I'm just going to re-establish these holes in here. So I'm going to get my awl, I'm just going to push those in there and in there, and this one, if you can't see where they are, just put your template over the top and you'll be able to go straight through. And then I'm going to flip that over and just re-establish those holes. So straight through there. Make sure you just keep your hands well out of the way. Excellent, that's jolly good. Right, let's pull that. I'm just going to get rid of that because it's got a bit of grab and go on it. Right, now we go for our fabric piece. This is lovely. So this is the William Morris, I think we've called this the Bloom Red. So that's going to go there. I've already cut it to size for you. So you just want to make sure that your pattern is the right way up. So some of them have like birds on and stuff. So just make sure the birds are the right way up. Let me just show you this one. So this one, you can see they have, there you go, see, I had it upside down. They have little birds on them. You can see here, a little row of birds going across there. And just make sure that's the correct way up. So this is the right way up here. So I'm just going to turn that over, keeping that the same way. And then this is going to go on the top. So I'm not going to put any glue actually on this fabric because this is a beautiful high quality 100% cotton lawn, which is just the most gorgeous fabric. So I don't want any glue actually seeping through. If you're used to doing it, you can, but there's no need to because the glue will hold just on the inside. So the first thing we're going to do is get our spacer tools now. So you can see these with little corners cut out, and one has got 1/4 of an inch and one has got 1/2 an inch spacing here and here. So we want the one with 1/2 an inch spacing because we're using the Medite, which is fairly thick. I like using the Medite because it's nice and strong, it's durable. This is a beautiful, good quality fabric, expensive fabric, so I'd want it to last. So I've put this in the centre. I'm just going to put that on the corner, and this is going to mark where we trim our corners. So I'm just using a normal pen just so that you can see it on the camera. Okay, and I'm just going to put a tiny little notch there, but I would probably recommend that you use a friction pen, and that way it will just come off with the heat of a heat gun or an iron. So let's just go all the way around these. Lovely. And then I'll just get my fabric scissors and let's just cut those corners, trim those off. Okay, there we go, last one. Lovely. Alright, and then check again that you've got it the right way up. And then we're going to pop that back on. And you've already marked the corners so that it'll fit nicely on there. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is just do this top line here. Okay, so remember that this bit here is on the inside. So just going to spread that grab and go all over there. Again, be careful not to go over the holes. You don't want those being bunged up with glue. There we are. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold over that corner there. And just finger crease that. And that corner as well. Careful that you haven't got glue on your fingers, because otherwise you'll just pull it back off again. I do that quite a lot. There we are. And then we're going to just fold this over into place. First thing I'm going to do is just hold it in the middle, and I'm going to get my bone folder wherever I put it, probably right in front of me. There it is. And I'm just going to push that into there like that, and then I can just smooth that down. Lovely. Okay, that's the first one done. Let's do this bottom one now. So you can see I'm actually spreading inwards towards the middle of the book, and then it doesn't go dripping on the outside of the book to the fabric. So just spread it towards the middle of the book. There we go. And again, let's fold that corner over first and just hold that in position, and the same there. And then just fold that in, hold it in the middle there, use your bone folder just to press that into this either side of the spine, and then you can just roll that into position. And I say roll because you can just push that fabric a little bit in towards the middle of the book. I say book, it's book cover, isn't it? There we go. And that's already glued down, that's lovely. Alright, let's do the side pieces now. So you don't want to go right to the edge. This is quite a wide one. So let's do this. And then we're just going to fold this over, tuck those side bits in and fold them over like so. And then just smooth that in towards the middle of the cover. There we go. Got a little bit of grab and go on there, but that's okay. Just use a bit of my rag just to clean up that. That's fine. And then just going to smooth on that corner there. Lovely. Right, final side. Just smooth that down. Get that corner done, down, nice and tight.
It's home.
Alexa. Alexa, answer. Hello?
I'm just going to Mum's to help Kyle and Ella.
Okay. All right. See you in a bit.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit with my rag. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. Oh, is that gorgeous or what? That's beautiful. Lovely. Right, okay, so now we want to cover this spine, because even though you're not going to see much of it, I actually prefer it to be covered. So that is why we've got another piece of paper, which is the inside spine cover, 4 centimetres by 21 centimetres. Okay, and before we put that on, you can actually get your spine template and put that over the top and punch the holes, but I'm just going to go ahead and glue it and pop it in. So let's get your scrap paper here. And we're just going to spread a load of grab and go on there. There we go, and then that's going to go over the top on here. Lovely. And that fits perfectly. Gorgeous. Right, next, let me just move this. Next we have a piece of patterned paper in your kit. Now this is from one of our pattern paper packs, and this is from our Morris-esque one. So this is about over 8 inches wide, So find the side that is 21 centimetres. Okay, one of these sides is 21 centimetres, and then just trim it off so you've got a nice square edge, and then cut it down to 10 centimetres. So you have 2 pieces of patterned paper like that. Okay, 21 centimetres by 10 centimetres. Lovely. So those are going to go on there. So those will fit perfectly. So edge them right up to the edge of the little valley here. All right, so let's get those on. Now with this, I make sure I have hold of it, as you can see, and I just spread my grab and go right to the edge so that you get glue covering right to the very edge of the patterned paper, and that way you don't get any bits curling up at all. But it's important that you keep hold of it, because you don't want to move it and end up getting grab and go all over the front of this. There we go. Lovely. And then that can line up with the bottom of the spine piece, because that's 21 centimetres as well, and just onto the edge of here. Lovely. Alright, let's get a clean piece of scrap. And let's get this one on. So when we put this one on, just make sure it's the same way up as this pattern here. Right, let's spread that right to the edge, especially the corners. Lovely. Right, is it the same way up? Yes, it is. And then it goes level with the spine, and then up to the edge of that little spine valley that we've got there. There we go, and just smooth that down at the edges. Lovely. Excellent. So that is gorgeous. Right, now let's re-establish those holes again. So let's put our spine piece in, our spine template. Let me just get rid of that gluey piece of scrap. We have a lot of printed out stuff at work. There's no way of avoiding it really. So we have a lot of recycled stuff to go with. So make sure you go through your template and it should line up with your holes, which it does. And then I'm just going to lift it up slightly and go through again, make those holes a bit bigger. Just be gentle because obviously you're going through the fabric this time. Okay, and you'll see that you've got little holes poking out of the fabric there. that's so lovely. So we've got right way up. That always looks beautiful. The corners are really neat, and then we've got the inside cover looks nice. The spine, even though that's going to be mostly covered up, looks nice and neat, and you've got the durability of that spine cloth as well, which is gorgeous. Excellent. So that's your first bit done. Lovely.